All right. So I'm just by myself right now. Apparently, I'm live. This is my first ever time going live, so I'm a bit nervous. So if you're watching this again, just note that you did not catch me at my awkward moment. Um, but I guess I'll just start talking. Hopefully, some of you guys come along. If nobody comes along, it's perfectly fine as well. Oh, finally, one person. Hello. Oh, Jared, cool. So, guys, welcome to RECN Stories. Jared, what's up? I'm super excited to be able to kickstart this with Brenton and Cecile and everyone else from RECN who are super excited. I'm just going to call it RECN. I don't actually know if that's how you pronounce it, but I just like saying RECN, so let's just go for it. Brenton literally just texted me being like, any luck? Like, I could not figure out how to go live. So it's a bit embarrassing, but I am on finally. I wanted to just do an introduction for myself this week, tell you guys a bit about my story, a bit about my struggles, my failures, my happy moments, and then literally just talk about like how excited I am for this opportunity to be able to speak to all of you in this group right now. So for me, I am Swish. For the 3 people watching right now, but hopefully more people later on. I was born in Singapore when I was 9 years old. I literally came to Canada, which is a beautiful place. Everyone should go to Canada at some point in their life, I believe. And I moved to a place called Calgary. Now, if you ever go to Canada, don't go to Calgary, go to Toronto. But anyways, I was still like spellbounded. I went to Canada. I loved Canada. It was really cold, but at the same time, the people were just so cool. They were like me, literally. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, I went in Calgary and I started my entrepreneurial journey there. Like, I literally grew up in such a hyper competitive environment. Oh, by the way, Brenton's on. Amazing. I love that. Hello, Brenton. Thank you again for having me on. But anyways, no, I grew up in a really hyper competitive environment in Singapore, an environment literally where I was told from the early age that everyone around me is competition and I have to beat them. And that kind of was ingrained in everything I did then, from sports to dance to literally being able to go into business and feel like I have a competitive edge over people who are like 40 and 50. So for me right now, I am currently 20 years old. This was 10 years ago when I was able to build my first business. And what was it? It was a hovercraft business with my father, who is an engineer by trade. He wanted to impart a bit of engineering skills on me. So we came together and we built just one hovercraft that was literally a ripoff of a like a Havoc Heli. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used it. It's a rechargeable, like controllable helicopter. And we just took the styrofoam base off and we took the motor and the rotor and put it into a new base. So it was quite like a trademark violation, but at the same time, we were able to sell it for $200. I was addicted. I had inertia. I loved the aspect of being able to get money off something you build. And that really triggered me into really becoming entrepreneurial. When I was 13, I joined a program called Junior Achievement in Canada, which was like a high school program that I begged myself to get into. I was 6 years younger, I think, than like the next person in the program, so it was kind of like weird. But I was able to win Southwest Alberta's Company of the Year, and then from there I was able to move into being nominated for Canada's Company of the Year. So that, again, told my parents that, hey, maybe Swish is not going to be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Maybe he's like geared towards business or geared towards entrepreneurship or something that he wants to carve out for himself. High school came around. I love high school. I don't know about you guys, but high school for me was just awesome. And in high school, I started a series of nonprofits that ranged from World Thinks, which is a youth fund now for young entrepreneurs to be able to get grants from, to The Next Foundry, which is an online incubator that I started with my good friend Alex Gillis. So we were able to come together, and in high school, I literally just learned about this concept, social entrepreneurship. And I was like, what the hell, like social entrepreneurship? Like literally when I heard entrepreneur, I was like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and like all the way down me. But I was just like, what the hell is social entrepreneurship? And I started looking into it, and there's this cool cat called Bill Drayton who lives in Washington, D.C. I had the honor of meeting him last year. He literally coined the phrase social entrepreneurship, and the entire idea behind it is that within every business, you prioritize 1 or 2 more actors beyond profit: people and planet. And that concept really resonated with me, right? Because my dad is a corporate sellout, in my opinion. Haha, no offense, Dad. I don't think he's in the group. Hopefully he's not watching. And then my mom teaches English to immigrants and refugees coming to Canada. So she's such a giving person. And so that combination of the two just made sense to my head. That's, I think, how I really started to become inclined towards social entrepreneurship. In university, began speaking a lot. I gave a TEDx talk, which you guys can all watch. Please do leave a good comment. And I also started writing a lot. In my first year, went to write for the White House, which was really fun. Speech writing for Barack Obama, though it wasn't really. It was more just me doing research for him, not really writing his speeches. But whatever, still a cool opportunity to be in the West Wing. And then the next year after that, which is this year, 2017, I am here in New York doing 3 primary things. One is I recently got a tender offer for my company, which is potentially going to be acquired, though in my opinion, I think that potential has gone to like a guarantee, which is great. More information to come out about that because I can't release any information until we sign off on it. The second thing is I'm writing currently for Google and American Express on their LinkedIn accounts, which is great and super fun. By the way, for any of you checking out like this particular video, please note that I'm the biggest LinkedIn lover of all time. Like, I love LinkedIn, and I hope that every Monday I'll be able to convince you to also go onto LinkedIn and just start sharing your content, start sharing your journey. And then the third thing is I work for a basketball player who works in Brooklyn. I source deals for him, and I essentially bring him young entrepreneurs that he can invest in. The entire idea behind that was literally in November, he DM'd me on Instagram. His name's Trevor Booker, really nice guy. And he told me he wanted to meet before he played the Raptors. We met, and he thought that there was going to be a really good fit between him and me. He's super entrepreneurial as well, which helps. And I also really just wanted money to fund my idea. And I also wanted to be able to provide him value, which is how we essentially came together to be able to work for one another. So those are the 3 things on the horizon right now. I am currently in New York. This is my apartment. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's kind of like a view. But I live on Wall Street with 2 amazing and dashing looking guys. They're currently in their rooms being antisocial. That's Colin and that's Elliot. They both work for Gary Vee, and they both also do a lot of their own work themselves. So please go and check them out, Elliot Robinson and Colin Campbell. And beyond any of that, for me right now, the biggest struggle that I've had, I swear to God, has literally just been putting myself out there. And I've been doing that even more for the last year. I kid you not, this is actually my first ever live video. My first ever live video. So this is actually just one step further from something I've ever been comfortable in. I remember telling Brenton, like, I don't think I can do this, man. Like, I've never gone live. And he was like, don't worry. The RECN community is strong. They'll be super supportive. And I can see that right now. You guys are incredible. I really appreciate it. And so I'm really excited just to be able to share and impart some sort of knowledge as well as learn from you guys. Like, in the comments, I want this to be more interactive than ever. I don't just want to be like preaching the gospel here and telling you guys what worked for me, but just if you guys have any struggles, failures, cool things that you know about the NBA, basketball, LinkedIn, anything like that, just let me know. And I'd love to be able to have like a dialogue between you guys. So that's kind of like all that's going on right now for me. But I'm super excited about RECN Stories. I think the incredible lineup that Cecile and Brenton have put together and everyone else at RECN is going to go super far. And I'm just really excited to be able to engage with every speaker every day. Like, I actually don't think I know very much about the other people this week, like weekly. And so I'm looking forward to also being able to meet them. Now, as people normally do, I will go and check the comments during a live. Cecile, what's up, homie? Thank you for linking up the TED Talks, Jared and Brenton. And Alex, my good friend Alex, love you. I hope to be able to meet you in person in New York or in Toronto. For anyone who's watching, I will be in Toronto from August 9th to 12th. I don't know if people are in this group are from Toronto, but if you are, hit me up. I will be at the Telecenter, and it'll be great. And beyond that, I'll also be in Shanghai from August 12th to the 27th. I'm also going to be hosting a LinkedIn meetup there. I'm not just going to host a LinkedIn meetup there. I'm going to go speak, but I will also be hosting a LinkedIn meetup in Shanghai. So if anyone is traveling to China or if you know anyone in Shanghai, let them know. So that's all I got. I really appreciate you guys for coming on, for spending some time with me, and I hope I can continue this and keep the energy high. Have a good day, guys.